So I did my research on what a tariff was, and a tariff is a tax on imports often known as duty or trade barrier. The purpose of a tariff is generally to protect domestic production and jobs through, though economists say other domestic sectors and customers unlimited pay for tariffs. Kamala Harris advocates for a more targeted approach for tariffs. She follows the Biden administration, which to me sounds normal because she's on Biden's side. So I think she's Biden's vice president, so why would she not follow his side on things through her own campaign that she's trying to do? Because it obviously worked whenever he was running for president. So she's going to try the same thing. And she also, I feel like, kind of has to advocate for his administration policies because she works for him, technically. She supports certain things on key sectors, and she has proposed 100% tariff on Chinese electric vehicles. She's also... Her strategy is aimed at protecting American workers with limiting the border economic impact that widespread tariffs must cause. She sees tariffs as one of many tools, including infrastructure investment and corporate tax hikes, to support the U.S. in manufacturing and addressing economic imbalance without heavily burdening our consumers. But I think that she doesn't see it as like that. But that's just my own opinion. And I think that I don't know, because like a Chinese electric vehicle, that doesn't make any sense because technically we have like Teslas, we have those Cyber trucks, we have so many electric cars that come from all over. So I don't really understand the difference between that and a Chinese electric vehicle. Donald Trump has proposed a different side of a tariff of what he thinks his policy is. He plans to impose 10 to 20% tariff on all imports, with potentially over 60% on Chinese goods. So with that, it goes back to Kamala Harris's thing about Chinese electric vehicles. Well, these vehicles that we're all driving that are electric are also coming from China. And a lot of people like those because gas is so expensive. So I think that Trump is in the right of banning like 60% to 10 to 20% to 60% of Chinese things coming into us. Because if you think about it, a lot of your stuff, like your clothes that you wear, like this candle, is made in China. Like, yeah, a lot of things are made in China. And there's nothing we can do about that, really. He also aims to pressure China into changing its trade practices and to protect American industries from forging competition. That part is going to work because that is the thing. We get so much from China and we pay them so well to give us these things that they're not going to be able to deny this from us because they're making so much money off of us. They're making too much money off of us. Like, they can't, like, they're just not going to be able to tell, like, they're not going to not be able to send us goods because they're going to get enough pay and whatnot. But I do think that it does need to go down a little bit because we're wasting money for stuff that people really don't need every single day from China. He also thinks that when he does this to China, that they will want to relocate to the U.S. And that might work because that means they're going to relocate here. They're going to do the work here in the U.S. So that's good for us because then we don't have to figure out trading. We don't have to figure out things like that. We just get to have it on our U.S. soil.